Hello, my beautiful collective. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. So today's pick a card reading is going to be a soul growth checkup. So we're going to look at least 12 different areas of life. There's going to be a lot of cards. I will try not to make this too long of a reading, but we'll see. And certain areas that we will be covering are possible abandonment issues, your inner child, your self-awareness, worthiness, etc. So we'll dive deep. For pile 1, you have the Light Seers deck. Pile 2, you have the Pirates Tarot. And pile 3, you have the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay, my lovelies, you take a second. You choose the deck that might be calling to you, and I will see you at your choice. Welcome, my pile 1 who chose the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to put the deck off to the side for now. We're going to start with spreading out your cards. Okay, my beautiful collective of pile 1. Let's get started. So for your soul growth checkup, we're starting over here with abandonment. So we're going to approach this as in possible abandonment wounds, this area of abandonment, is it sensitive for you or not, etc. So you take each theme or each area or each energy, how it might apply in your life or not. Leave what does not fit, for sure. All right, my lovelies. I think I want to start off with the first 3. Is that right? Nah, let's do just the 1. Okay. All right, first off, you have for abandonment, you have Midas Miser on the light attribute side. It says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. And then you have the Goddess of the Moon in the reverse. Gonna get your tarot card. You have the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Okay, my lovely. It feels like there's an innate confidence, or always has been an innate confidence within self, whether that was nurtured or cultivated through your environment or just how you were actually born. I don't feel like anything's been repressed when it comes to this particular abandonment. There's emotional stability here is what I feel. There's not a lot of doubt. And I would say when it comes to this abandonment area, it doesn't feel like this is a wound for you in particular at all. So that's great. And then you have trees. Yeah, I definitely think it's just like a really strong, it could be home foundation or just foundation in general that has created this lack, the lack thereof an abandonment wound. There we go. You're a nice pile 1. It's not the case for me. Pile 2. Position 2. Loss and or poverty mindset. So you have the Martyr in the shadow attribute. I'll read you the shadow first. It says addiction to self-pity. The light side says learning to transcend nature of service to oneself or a cause. You got 2 for this. So this is a, okay, sorry. We have man holding the heart and walking away. Piled one. Let me get your tarot card. Okay, you got Justice. So, as I was going to say, it does feel... Okay, so trigger warnings, sensitivity warnings. I apologize. I will put that in the description. So for this, it feels like a loss for you in particular, as opposed to a poverty mindset. So the poverty it's both. Sorry, Spirit's correcting me. It's both. Spirit is saying that the poverty mindset comes into the addiction to feeling sorry for your situation or for self. And part of that situation could be about a relationship being broken or separated, you walking away from a relationship, or finally finding justice or balance within relationship dynamics. But there is this feeling, I should say, when it comes to the self-pity, because they keep bringing me back to that. The self-pity, it's the poor me, why is this happening to me? Why this? Why isn't it fair? That's the dialogue that I'm hearing. So in this particular area of your life, when it comes to the poverty mindset of, which is what we're going to go into next, which is worthiness, there might be something along in this area of your life where you're not feeling that it's balanced. I know that justice and balance is coming in for this area, like it's in the upright, but it feels like that's what you're looking for, and that's what you may have to walk away from, the man holding the heart, for you to find justice. Just depends on your situation. I hope that was clear. Oh, that was fast. And then we have fissures, which is those cracks in the foundation, right? Those little things that, if they're unattended to, will create a bigger crack, a bigger rift. And that's what I'm feeling here for you guys in this loss or poverty mindset. Okay, so in the end, close to the end, we are going to get these motivation cards for the energies or the areas that I feel need a little extra guidance or extra boost. So this will be our first area for you guys, Pell 1. So, as I said, the next position is your worthiness. And we have the Samaritan in the shadow attribute. And it says, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. The light attributes refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And then you have deceit in the reverse. Judgment is your tarot card. Okay, so my lovelies, what I heard first when I put down the deceit card, how you are looking at perceiving or approaching worthiness within self, either had or has a lot to do with how you're received. And if you're not recognized for the efforts made, you might have felt deceit or deceived or underappreciated. However, what I'm feeling from this particular worthiness is that you are learning the difference between the shadow and light attributes of the Samaritan, and no longer approaching or seeing, let's say, the reactions of others as deceit, but rather as a judgment that you chose to act on out of service, therefore not needing anything realistically in return if you're doing it because you want to, not for the recognition. Like I said, it feels like you are learning this or accepting this or recognizing this within yourself. You have the crossroads, like I said, learning this, right? And birds, to communicate better, to share better. Absolutely. Amazing. Let's go into your general health. We have the Artist. Beautiful. So, by the way, we're going to take two motivation cards on these two areas. So you have expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. Love that for your general health. And then you have the thinking woman. That's beautiful. Okay, let's get your tarot card. I'm hearing the word attentive, King of Wands. So what I'm feeling here for your overall or your general health, you're very attentive to the small details or the subtle shifts in your own body or in the feeling of your body. You are an intuitive health person. That's the best way I can put it. You know, an intuitive eater, an intuitive exerciser, intuitive rester. Like that's the energy. And I think that you live by this and speak by this and move by this, that it inevitably creates this strong vitality within your body, within your mind. It's really good, 𝗏1. I don't feel anything, generally speaking, when it comes to general overall health. You're always in continuously finding ways to self-attune, to regulate, to strengthen. Yeah, Saturn. Discipline. Yeah, discipline, hard work, effort. It's beautiful. That's amazing. Great. Let's see your ego. We have the mystic. Beautiful. In the light side. Says, revels in intimate union with the divine. Beautiful. Ego seems very healthy too. And then the garden at the gate in reverse. Oh, this is awesome. Like, there's no hesitation is what I'm feeling when it comes to trusting in your healthy sense of ego while it's balanced with the divine and spirit's influence. It's really nice. Too many cards, but you have the Hierophant in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, then we have Death and Rebirth. Boom. Boom. How perfect for the ego. Amazing. Revels in the intimate union with the divine, not afraid to step into the depths of oneself to be reborn multiple times over and over again. I freaking love that. Get it, 𝗏1. It's a nice sense of ego. Insects. Ooh, they just said you don't mind, because they brought me back to death and insects. Like you don't mind the pesky details, the nitpicky things, the small little nuances or shadowy areas that have not been, they're showing me cobwebs, like that hasn't been cleared out. Like you like to go into those nooks and crannies of the shadow, and maybe not necessarily but there's a definite satisfaction within the ego of being strong enough to be able to do that and wanting to do it. This is interesting feeling there. That's awesome, 𝗏1. Let's get your provider energy. Athlete, that's awesome. Light attributes, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Sorry, I was pausing here because I was just thinking, like, did I do a nurture energy? But that I'm going to incorporate roughly with your ending last card, which makes sense. Anyways, sorry, I just got distracted there. Spirit was having a full conversation with me. The athlete, when it comes to the provider energy, that's awesome. And then you have the hostilities. Interesting. So it's so, okay, beautiful when it comes to what I feel is happening for you when it comes to this provider energy is the development of that within you, that personal willpower, that strength, that spirit to confront hostilities, to confront difficult situations, to take action, to take the lead when it comes to the provider energy in your life, in your world, within self. Hierophant. Yeah. Yeah. That dedication to that willpower, that knowledge one gains after taking action. Oh, that's great. And then tunnels. Like I said, confronting those hostilities, the development of that willpower and strength of spirit, allowing yourself to tunnel through all of this, to have a clear vision also, for you to have multiple options, chances, ways of creating whatever it is that you're trying to create. I love it. Let's see your feminine energies. We have the beggar. Interesting. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Spirit said they want me to read the shadow. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Okay, and then we have Angel of Balance. So my love, I feel, because I don't know why they asked me to read the shadow attributes unless there is a part of you that there is a dependency on feeling some of your self-esteem or gathering some of your self-esteem from the recognition of others, which we have talked about over here. However, I am seeing here that when it comes to your feminine energy, you are confronting this type of level of survival. You're trying to balance out that humility and compassion and self-esteem within yourself. You're, again, back to that word, attentive. The number 8 might be really significant for you. I just saw 48, then 47. And the tarot you got is, the 5 of Wands. Yeah, like I said, that you're still battling it out right now, but you're conquering it is what I'm feeling. Like you are trying to find that happy medium, so to speak, or that balance, or finding that comfortability within, or confidence, I should say, within your self-esteem. You have memories and music. Oops. Sorry about that. So what I'm feeling here is what you're balancing is possibly past self-talk, or like I said, it's about how you're being received, and it may have come from with love, like a parent that was overly, I want to say overly, yeah, that may be overly complimentary, you know, like, or an energy around that the main emphasis was on, you know, either a particular thing, like not necessarily about achievements, but like beauty, about femininity, about gentleness, about softness. Like there's something about that you may have been overly praised for, and then when you didn't get it outside, it felt like you were less than. It's an interesting thing that I'm feeling here, and almost don't know how to articulate it. Or there might be a feeling of you wanting to go back to the way things were, or an old-fashioned sense of being. This is interesting. We'll get an extra card for that later too. All right, let's go into the masculine. You have the Knight in the shadow attribute, and it says allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Interesting. And then all tied up. The Emperor. Wow. Wow. Okay, my collective of Pile 1, please forgive the messenger. So what I'm feeling from this here, especially, I don't know why they're bringing me parents, parental figures, or guardians, doesn't matter, the masculine and feminine archetype that help develop you, whomever that may be. The feminine energy feels like, as I said, an overly complimentary about the feminine physicalities or aesthetic, you know, and the masculine energy feels, again, parental, but again, allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle. And that principle was about almost like again, that put you in this, not put you in, but allowed you to stay into this sort of beggar energy. And that's why they made me read the shadow side of constantly needing this sort of complementary or recognition, external, recognition. And without it, it wasn't, you didn't feel like it was love, or you weren't appreciated. I'm trying to be as polite. I'm just trying to deliver the messages and how I'm getting them. And it feels like some of these romantic delusions is what they have here, has come from that, which has left you kind of all tied up and trying to figure out what's wrong. You know, like, what's the issue? And then we come back to this relationship thing here. You know, again, please forgive me, and I'm speaking this with love, but it's separating these particular aspects of the self when we come to the poverty mindset, the masculine, and the feminine energy. Again, you're still working through all of this. Don't get me wrong. Like, you're doing great. Like, great. You know, so but this particular area of you trying, still continuing to find balance, but you are still tied up with this sort of belief or principle. There's something here that needs to shift, in my opinion. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that we're going to get cards for at the end. Names, masculine. There's somebody specific. And like I said, I feel like it's the patriarchal archetype for you. Interesting, 𝗏1. Okay, let's get into your inner child then. Let's see what's going on over here. Visionary, beautiful. It says, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal growth. See, that's that inner child. They want you to come back to that, because this external thing that you may have been looking for outside of yourself, they want you to come back to this. Rest and rejuvenation in the reverse. Yeah, they want you to rest within this. Sit within this, because you're resisting something here. Or just haven't allowed yourself to sit with that perspective. You have the Magician in the reverse. And the 3 of Cups in the reverse. So, again, a sense of not wanting to address it, or shortcuts is the word I'm getting. Shortcuts. They do not want you to distract yourself, again, with the external, with the friends, with the other people. There's an ask for you to sort of hermit into this visionary aspect of the inner child, which is you. And it feels like there are distractions around you that allow you to not go into this area any deeper than you have. Fire. Yeah. There is this, again, there's a need for you to light this area of your life. Light it up, my friend. Light it up. Interesting. Okay, let's get the changes that will be happening, or that are occurring right now within this soul checkup, soul growth. Don Juan, get it, 𝗏1. Spotlights your positive and seductive qualities. Nice. So coming up back to this spotlighting now. So maybe there is this beautiful sort of like path, as I would say here, of dedicating to this, you know, the transcendence nature of yourself, which is developing your willpower, your spiritual strength with the provider energy. You're building this. We know this. You're developing this. As you're developing it, what's happening in this development within the masculine feminine energy we've talked about, the inner child to me feels like the focus of where these two areas could really be aided. And with that being said, once you've come back to that inner child, this sort of spotlight on the positive seductive qualities no longer just become about an aesthetic, or is viewed in a particular way that's the only way that you feel worthy or self-assured. It's now coming from the inside. That's what this feels like. Yeah, man. That's a door to personal healing and happiness. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's a awesome. It's an awesome change of events for you, my lovely. I love that. Let's get your tarot. Seven of Cups, choices, options, possible confusion, but it doesn't feel confusion with here. It's like spotlighting positive qualities, personal healing. Now I got options. I got options. I don't need to settle for whatever I might have been settling for, thinking that this is all I can get in some way. It's interesting. I like that. And then flowers. Yeah, it is definitely you blossoming, blooming into the powerful being that you are. Oh, I like that a lot. This is really good. Amazing. Let's see your self-awareness right now. Excuse me, in the process of where you are in your soul growth. Exorcist in the shadow attributes. Dun dun dun. Fear of facing your own demons. Woo! Part 1. We just talked about that. And I don't think this is a particular demon. I think that this is just something that you've been avoiding, to be honest. Yeah. Storm warning in the reverse. Avoiding, trying to avoid the storm. The storm has to come, my friend. You have to step into this visionary, into this inner child energy, into resting, into finding your own magic, into not getting distracted, into lighting up your own fire. That's the main thing. So your awareness level now, you're still preventing yourself or allowing yourself to not dive into this. So there is an awareness of it, but you're dismissing it, trying to avoid it. And it's inevitable is what I'm feeling here. Yeah, 10 of Cups. That's what you want, right? That's what you want. These are the awareness level for you to come to this sort of satisfactory point and place within self fully, and addressing any past hurts, any unaccomplished dreams and desires. It's great. And also an awareness level of knowing where your family contributed to this particular thing that you want to address. Yep, Mars. Take action. Do it. Fierce too. There's something about aggression here too. Trying not to get too mad at what you discover within this turbulence that may pop up for you as you dive into this visionary inner child work. That's amazing. All right, let's get your last position, which is your future energies or possible future energies. Awesome. Here we go. We have Gambler. Nice. So future energies are like tips, guidance, etc. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Good job. That's exactly what you need. And indecision. Interesting. I feel like this is your guidance, your future help, that nurturing energy, is you need to allow yourself to be the gambler and trust your intuition without necessarily knowing which direction to head. Just keep following. That's what I'm getting. That's so cute. And the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, keep planting, keep growing, keep nurturing what needs to be nurtured within you, trusting in your own intuition and following its promptings and guidance, especially after you dive into this inner child work. Stones. They just said they want you to solidify the trust in spirit, trust in your intuition, trust in your innate knowing. That's what they want for you. Yeah, the number 8's really significant, part 1. Okay, my lovelies. So to close off your messages, I hope this was helpful when it comes to your soul's growth or the checkup and where you're at currently. I didn't want to go too deep, even though I could have gone really far into all of them. But I feel like this is a good first layer of stuff to handle or to digest easy. Okay, so we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there any others? And maybe I'll get one here. All right. For your... Oh, wait. It's 1, 2, right? Yeah. 3, 4. Okay, so for this one here is your poverty mindset or the loss. It says, pause if you like. We must ask if our desires to feel safe and accepted are in fact enslaving us to popular opinion and to boredom. Woo! Pile 1! They ain't playing around when I tell you that. Again, nothing more to say there. I've already said what I need to say. Done. Okay, when it comes to the worthiness, it says, again, pause if you like. A life of greater joy, power, and satisfaction awaits those who consciously design their life. Consciously design their life. And I think that is obviously with that retrospect or that introspection. Let's get some on the feminine energy. All greatness teeters on whether a would-be hero overcomes the terror within and advances regardless. Woo! I'm loving this. I'm loving this for you, Paul 1. Loving this. And advances regardless. Get it. Masculine energy. Let us not forget that our simple efforts and daily triumphs can gather weight and motion to become an unstoppable force toward a focused and free frickin' life. No longer tied up. Free frickin' life. I love, love, love that. And last message for you, my collective of Pile 1. I hope these messages were helpful for you. We're going to look at the awareness level. Got this one. The great joys in life, awareness level, right? The great joys in life come when we are spontaneous and authentic, while engaging in activities we care about. And the great miseries come when too many days stack up where we are conforming and posing while doing things we have no passion for. My love, when I said that there is a part of you that is the external, has been looking for it on the external in some way, they are bringing this up again for you. This is nothing to judge with. It's just a matter of being aware of. And you are doing great work, my lovely. Like, this is awesome. Like, no, there's not an abandonment wound. There's something else here, which we've discussed, that worthiness and how you viewed your worthiness, the masculine and feminine energies. We talked about that matriarchal and patriarchal archetype, the self-awareness when it comes to this particular energy that we've been talking about here, when it comes to this inner child visionary work. And then your future possibilities, your guidance and your tips. Yes, be that gambler. Keep working on that and solidify that within self, and you'll get to where you're going. But right now, my love, you're doing awesome. A couple of areas that they want you to focus on more intently, but good job. Good job. I'm sending you so much love, my Pile 1s. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful Pile 2s who chose the Pirates Tarot. We're going to spread out your cards first. All right, my beautiful Pile 2s, let's find out, my lovelies, what your soul growth checkup is going to look like. Every possession has a prompt. So we're going to start off with abandonment, if there's any sort of abandonment wounds, or if that's even a thing for you. So again, soul growth checkup. Let's figure it out, my friends. You have Angel. It says, helping those in need with no expectation of return. And Yin Yang. Beautiful. So I would definitely say, my lovelies, that there's no prominent attachment issues for you. It really does feel like you are in balance with your thoughts and feelings about give and take, about self-sufficiency, about confidence, etc. Let's get one tarot. And you have the Magician. Beautiful. Yeah, like I said, my love, like it's just this really lovely comfortability, balanced energy, understanding one's power. So I don't feel any type of abandonment issues here, which is great. All right, next position here is either the poverty mindset, how possibly some of the losses in your life have been affecting you. We have child wounded. That's so interesting. So it says, awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. It's so beautiful because it's tying into this energy that I was feeling here from you being very strong and confident, and as it says here, compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. So there's maybe this natural, innate way of your being that allows people to open up to the path of forgiveness for themselves and or for others. I feel like you deal with loss fairly well, or your grieving process is healthy, for lack of a better word. And then we have action in the reverse. Maybe there is something for you, my lovely collective, of you wanting to do more. Maybe that's what they're talking to you about today when it comes to this loss and or poverty mindset. Maybe you are you feel that you could do a lot, but you have not actually implemented into doing it, possibly. There is an interesting feeling about that, like you have a lot to offer, or maybe you don't think that you are offering a lot, or that you actually do have to offer, that you could put it into some sort of more regular use of some kind. This is interesting. Let's get your tarot card. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. So, like, one action in the reverse, and now you have the rest in the action energy. So again, I feel like there's maybe this toggling between, am I good enough? No, it's not am I good enough in that sense. I feel like you're fully confident in what you have to offer. I just feel like, will you be, the thoughts are more like, will I be actually making a difference? Will I be making an impact? Is this a path for me to really invest more of my time? Could be something like that. That's interesting, but we'll get one more card on this later on. All right, let's find out now what your worthiness is, or how you feel worthy, how that might be present in your personality. And then we have the scribe in the shadow attribute. It says altering facts or plagiarizing others' works. And then the light side says preserving knowledge and information. Pile 2. Maybe they're more referencing for you, my pile 2s, that there's more of an imposter syndrome, the feeling of imposter syndrome, because I don't feel like you're altering facts. I feel like if anything's altered, it's in your perception of how you see your worthiness, possibly. And I don't think that you're, maybe the plagiarizing isn't quite so definitive. Maybe it's you feeling like you're still just regurgitating something instead of actually embodying it when it comes to the feeling of worthiness, right? So there seems to be a theme for you guys when it comes to being of service and helping others and helping other quote unquote wounded children or trauma-ridden energies. And there's a want to do more within that energy or within that field, but there is something about either not feeling quite ready to, because of something very specific. It's like I said, it's either that you're feeling an imposter syndrome within yourself, you're not truly believing the effects or the impact you might be able to have. Then you have fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, the heart chakra. Yeah, there's something about you not in the information that you are being given, how you are receiving it also. I'm hearing you're trying to edit, and they just want you to speak it out. There's no editing. There's no trying to sort of like make sense of what comes out of your mouth. That's the feeling that they're giving me. That's what I'm hearing. Also, And then you have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, my love, there's a lot that you want to give, and you have a lot to offer. So please start to take action. To be honest, that's what it feels like. They want you to take action on whatever this service energy is in your life. Let's check your overall general health. We have addict. Interesting. Light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So that's great. So if we're looking at the light attributes, my love, for your overall or general health, it is you don't run away from your own, let's say, qualms or idiosyncrasies. You're also very, like I said, very aware and very in touch with self. So I do feel like you do confront, as they say, and recognize anything that might be sort of cyclical or pattern based within you that keeps you in a place of inaction. You got two of these cards, and the first one is Angel of Strength that came out in the reverse, and Happy Family. Interesting. You know what I just heard? This is not for all, but some of you guys might be addicted to trying to create a happy family life that cannot be had in some way or in the way that you are viewing it or wanting it. There's something interesting about that energy for sure for some. I'm also getting a feeling for others, sort of the flip energy of it is whenever you're not feeling, let's say, super strong or confident or worthy in some regard, you always have a really great support or family system behind you that always helps you sort of get back up or, you know, move in again in some regard or respect. But it feels like generally your health is good. You recognize certain things. There are certain times I feel like what they're saying for you is generally you just need to take a rest every once in a while, you know, from your responsibilities and your duties. But other than that, those are the other energies I got besides just the general overall health. Okay, so let's get a tarot. Okay, so you have the Two of Cups in the reverse. And the Eight of Cups. I'm telling you, there is something here, like I said, about, you know, wanting something to work in a family dynamic or in a family unit, but it's not going to work out in the same way that you want it to. There's definitely something about that in there. However, when it comes, I guess, more a general sense of you making choices to walk away from certain things that no longer serve you. Again, hence recognizing and confronting addictive behavior, cyclical patterns, kind of stuff like that. It's great. It's very conscious, so it's great. Let's see your ego. Let's see how your ego is playing out in all of this. Soul checkup. Priest. It says, facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Beautiful. So again, ego in a great place, in a very serving place of self and spirit. Angel, priest, very like light energies is what I'm saying. Very aware, very in tune. And then the sun, beautiful. That's great. So like I said, a healthy sense of ego, like I was talking about here, like you have confidence, it's assured, it's been supported from some, or it was nurtured in a very beautiful and healthy way. Nine of Swords. And the Ten of Cups. Again. Not again, but Happy Family reminds me of that Ten of Cups energy. So my loves, yeah, when it comes to the ego, like You might get in your head a little bit about being boastful or overly cheerful or overly expressing of your abundance, or, you know, how well you might be doing. Like, I think, like I said, you're just very conscious of and considerate of your peoples, your surroundings, um, human behavior. There's a lot of that energy in here. It's lovely. Amazing. Let's see what your provider energy is like. You have the damsel in the reverse, waiting for a knight to provide you for, waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusions. Interesting, 𝗏𝗏. Is that your energy? Are you subconsciously waiting for somebody to sort of save and rescue you, that you can actually take action? Are you slightly shying away from your own potential? The thinking man. There is something about that, like either overly thinking about it, or you have been recently thinking, have I been waiting for somebody to rescue me in some way? Whether that is a rescuing of, you know, like, you're ready to do this, or it gives you a platform for, like, there's something that you're looking. It's not an easy way out. That's not what this is. It's just sort of like you're underestimating yourself, quite literally. That's what this feels like. It's like there's a sense of you just like overly contemplating like what to do, which leads to this sort of inaction. And then the star. Yeah, like you have boundless possibilities for you to be this full provider energy for yourself too. Like there's something about that you're not giving yourself enough of. I don't know what it is within these two energies. Yeah, there is something that you're looking for. It may not necessarily be as the damsel described, but there is a very, I was feeling this over here. There's something that like you're waiting for a bigger sign, a moment or something. And I feel like Spirit's like, it's time, now is the sign. This is your sign now. Go now. Let's see your feminine expression. The mother. Talk about service, right? Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. Yeah, we definitely see that. And then attachment. I think Spirit is saying to you, is this giving, giving, giving energy. There is an attachment to that female archetype. And I feel that what Spirit is making more clear to me now here is there is an ask for you to step into the masculine energy of doing. Because it feels to some degree that you have mastered some of this feminine expression, stillness, receptivity, incubation, recreation, all of that stuff. But it's almost like you've gotten lost in motherhood, as an example, you know, and then there's no self-identity anymore. It's just always mother, you know? Again, nothing wrong with, but this is the energy that they're making me focus in on. I just heard you have an opportunity now to change this paradigm. You have the Ace of Pentacles with the Seven of Swords. Yeah. An opportunity now to find a better strategy to, not a better strategy, to use another strategy to get where you're wanting to get to. Yeah, it's almost like they're telling me that you're going to have to sort of like trick yourself, you know, into either moving with those motives, you know, in some, I wish I knew exactly what this was so I could be a little bit more articulate. Either way, let's get your masculine expression. Wow, Mother and King. Interesting. enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. And then strategy. Like I said, my friend, this is what I feel like. This is because it's echoing to this energy. It feels like what I talked about, a better strategy, an opportunity to change the paradigm. The strategy over here, my love, with the king, it's like benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. And I feel like you sort of have to take on this king energy, this masculine energy, for you to be able to sit where you like, which feels like in the mother energy. Like that's, I hope this is making sense. Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's like continue, finish what you start. We know you've been through some stuff already. Again, hence find the strategy. Become that leader that you want to be, that you want to see, that you believe to be. Show it. All right, let's get your inner child energies. You have Prince, holy moly. What do we got? Priest, angel, mother, king. This is, I'm getting a deja vu. Isn't this something similar? Anyways, your inner child says romantic charm and potential for power. That's beautiful. And then anxiety. Like I said, something about not reaching your, underestimating your full power, your full potential. There is anxiety about it. There is this inaction about it. There is this imposter syndrome feeling about it. And I really do feel like Spirit's asking you to really tap into this king energy. You have the Queen of Pentacles. That's right. Tap into your full potential, my love. Step out of the anxiety and step into your charm and the potential you have for power. Love that. Let's see what changes that are happening or occurring during this soul growth, during this particular checkup for you. We have Warrior. Nice. It says strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Great. So we have that priest energy when it comes to that ego expression. When it comes to the changes happening here, I feel like you're going to get that strength, that power, that gusto to step into that masculine fighter, warrior, action energy. And then woman holding a heart in the reverse. Oh, beautiful. Spirit's saying to me, it's back to this mother archetype. You're letting go of the attachment to this expression of the female energy. Excuse me. Again, it's not something that you're releasing. It's just like, for the time being, you have to like let it go so you can embrace something else fully. And then you can find that balance again. I like that. Okay, I said both. So you have the Five of Wands and the Four of Cups in the reverse. So I feel it's great. I feel like you're gonna, like I said, this competitive fighting for what you want, not missing out on the opportunities, taking advantage of what you see. Yeah, it's great. Good, I'm glad. Good. Let's see your awareness level of everything that's occurring for you now within this soul growth. We have the Hermit in the shadow aspect. It says, withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. So, I don't think that you're refusing to help those in need. I do feel that you might be withdrawn from yourself for fear of being, again, that imposter syndrome, that's for sure. But I think this is more referencing hiding a particular area or facet of yourself, whether that be a personality, a skill, a talent, a gift, you know, whatever that might be. There's There's something about that you're not wanting to see yet or not ready to emerge from. And then you have the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, right? So you are aware that you are still hiding, my love. That's what this feels like. You're, like I said, fully aware, very conscious of what your patterns are doing. It's just you need to take action to change them. You know, like the thought process is there, but the action needs to be more considered. You have the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and Death. I think Spirit is really telling you it is time to put an end to the dimmed version of your being. They want you to go after exactly what you want, my loves, and not hold back. I can't say that in any other way besides Spirit's just like, please just trust yourself. Please know that you're good. Please know that, you know, you're supported. That you're aware of all of these things too, you know? It's just a matter of just take the step. All right, let's get your future tips, guidance, etc. Nurturing energy, your hero, heroine, beautiful. Light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Boom. It's exactly what you want. That is what that tip is, to keep that passion for your journey, for this personal empowerment. Do not lose that. You got 2 of these bad boys. Magician in the mirror. Again, back to that magician. Don't forget about your power. Don't forget about your gifts. Don't forget about how the world reflects back onto you, and to pay attention to the things that are calling to you, that are reflecting back to you. And then, wow, 2nd chakra, Archangel Ariel. So chakra energy is for sure heavy for your pile 2. Like heavy. We have the heart chakra. We have the 7th chakra, crown chakra, and then the 2nd chakra, your solar plexus. Yeah, it's just like ignite and keep that fire going, my love. That's really, really what it is. Just keep going. Do not give up. Use that again, that masculine energy expression of the doing. And keep pushing forward. Oh no. Sorry guys, the cards that fell were, oh my god, they almost fell again. 3 of Cups. And the Fool, which I really like. For those future energies here, celebrating you on this new journey. Again, passion and excitement for your new journey, for the path ahead. That is what Spirit's calling to you. This is what your checkup, what your soul, technically, your soul growth has been doing so far. How aware you are of the soul growth, where you might be in the process of thinking about your most immediate pressing things in your life. So I'm gonna get, so sorry about the glare. All right, we're gonna get one. So we have the animals, the crossroads, and miracles. So when it comes to your abandonment area, like we said, everything's very copacetic. It's pretty balanced, and I think it's sort of instinctual with you. When it comes to the loss or the poverty mindset, you are at a crossroads, again, when it comes to whatever inaction that you have not been able to conquer. And then when it comes to your worthiness, there are miracles that can occur from you. 44 is another number again. I think that was in another pile too. I'm having a lot of deja vu with you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of miracles that you can perform is also what I'm hearing, but that wants to happen for you in this particular sector of you not, the imposter syndrome situation, you know? Trust in what you're being given. Then you have memories. dreams, and Uranus. So my love, when it comes to here, your overall health, again, when there's something that I had said that you're wanting to either mend or go back to, something familial, you know, there is a past energy within this, but again, you're very aware of it. Your ego, again, your ego's in a very healthy place, in my opinion. It is shining. It is wanting now for you to take the step to allow your dreams to come true. When it comes to your provider energy, there's a lot of unexpected energies here. They're asking you to utilize the, what would be the right word? The ambiguity of strength, what that means, the word means to you, strength, provider. And it feels like there's an area in your life that you have not been providing for yourself for. That's what this feels like. You have flowers, trees. Then you have encounters. So my loves, when it comes to your female expression, blossoming, blooming, fertile, lovely, feminine, you know, when it comes to your masculine energy, rooted, long-term, health, legacy, ancestry, durability. So I think that's where they're, you know, what they're saying here is like your feminine expression has already bloomed, and I feel like your tree is still growing. I hope that makes sense in this context of metaphor. And then when it comes to your inner child, we have encounters, and I think this is beautiful, and I think this is again about re-encountering yourself, which is this imposter syndrome, making an agreement with self that you will embrace and recognize your potential for power and where you have been underestimating yourself. Changes, you have dice, talk about, you know, taking a gamble, a flip in the dice, a change of atmosphere or energy. Ooh. We have Venus with your awareness, bringing compassion into the side for you. They told me to see the other flipped card. Yeah, bringing compassion inside this area for you of where you might be hiding away or shying away from a part of your full potential. Yeah, and Mars hiding away. That Mars and Venus, man. You know, it's similar to that yin-yang energy for me. Interesting. So it feels like you are trying to balance that out within you. Like the part that you are afraid of, you are trying, like I said, I've already said it. There's enough. I'm just repeating. Fully aware, conscious. And then when it comes to your future tips, your guidance, your help, you have fire and fissures. I just heard burn away the cracks. Burn down what doesn't work, what's not stable, what's not fortuitous, what's not fulfilling. Amazing. Okay, my lovelies, to close off your messages, I am going to get the extra motivation cards on the poverty mindset, the worthiness. I want to get one on, I think, your awareness. Lies on the changes and your awareness. That's a lie. They said no changes, the feminine. Okay, so. Okay. Oh, all right. This one is for the first, they said. So for the loss and poverty mindset, it says, I remember it always. Fear wins or freedom wins. I choose freedom. Look at this. The action, the crossroads. I choose freedom. And then your worthiness, it says, we must not lose the urgency of this moment, as it begs for us to begin something grand and important. I'm telling you, it's time to begin, my love. It is time to begin. One right here. And they said this one for the last one. Okay. So, for the feminine, it says, we are not slave to our history. We can be freed by our conscious thoughts and disciplined habits. Need I say more? And this one is for the awareness. Let us believe faithfully that our dreams are worthy of any struggle and that it is our time to free ourselves and rise to glory. Rise to glory. Like, they summed it up and completed it in a nice little package for you, my pal, too. I hope that messages hit you in that right spot, in that soul sweet spot, and that this checkup has resonated with you. Please let me know if it did. I'm sending you so much love. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pal Therese, who chose the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm going to spread out your cards first. All right, my loves. So let's find out for you, my pal threes, your checkup on what your soul growth has been like. And our first position over here is going to cover your abandonment. Is this an issue for you? Is it not? Let's see. We have the monk / nun. Says selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. And then envy in the reverse. So, Spirit's saying to you, like, you almost have not enough of self, like not enough ego. It's so interesting that I'm getting this message. It's been like there's almost like this overly martyrdom, sacrifice, selflessness. Like, I almost like the human experience is so far. I don't want to word this poorly. Like, it, again, just describing the feeling, like the human experience is so far from your actual, like, reality that it doesn't mean much. Like the skin, the flesh, it's like all of the work is very spiritual, very soul-based, very devoted, you know? So I feel what Spirit's trying to say is that there's, for some, not for all, of course, there's some of you that have abandoned yourself or have turned off a part of yourself to not feel a certain way or to not be a certain way anymore. It's something about feeling, not wanting to feel something specific. This is so interesting, Pile 3. Okay, let's get your tarot on. You have the Sun and the Emperor. It's almost like you were either turned, okay, based on the first energies I'm getting anyways, it's almost like you were turned off from, I want to say, the masculine expression of power. Period. There's something so interesting about your reading, Pile 3. I'm just trying to grasp it fully and not miss maybe some nuances that might be more applicable for more people. It's like I'm feeling like you're in the shadows, you're in the background, you're never wanting to be in the spotlight. There's this enigma or enigmatic quality about this energy. It's just so interesting. Crossroads. I'm telling you, Pal 2, there is something very... Okay, so you can apply these energies however they might fit. Like I said, based on what I had said prior, and or it can be you abandoning this overly devoted, you know, selfless self and debating, should I step more into this masculine power energy, this my son into my leadership. This is an interesting energy, this abandonment. It's like a flip-flop. You guys are going to have to let me know what this might apply for, or how this applies in your life, excuse me. Okay, let's move on to the next position. We'll get some clarifiers later. So this position here is any losses, or how any losses in your life may have been affecting you. Possibly a poverty mindset. We'll see. Then we have seeker. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And then door to value in the reverse. It feels quite plainly like you're seeking much more than monetary things. Like I've said, like the spiritual realm is your reality, is what I'm trying to say, you know. And but again, I feel like I said, spirit is asking for like you to anchor in this human experience a little bit more. And this I don't want to judge or lecture. It's like this constant seeking for this wisdom and truth you've missed some of these opportunities or these valuable lessons because there's been so tunneled vision on something specific, or in rejecting something specific. And then the Chariot. Yeah, it's like a running away kind of feeling, but you would never word it that way. You'd be more like, I'm exploring, I'm finding, I'm searching for something. And this spirit is saying there's a part of yourself, though, however, you are running away from. Or trying to get away from, at least. Fire. Yeah, I just heard Aaliyah's song. Hot like fire. Take. Yeah, it feels like there's something that's like, you know, they're showing me embers like landing and shooting out of a fire, and that being sort of like what jumps and sparks you to move. That's what it feels like. There's an uncomfortability here that's like, I'm a little edgy with this. Like, this is what this feels like. But you're still seeking for something. But there is something that you are possibly not seeing quite literally because you're so focused on seeking something very specific. Or, like I said, ignoring something specific. Let's see your worthiness, how you approach worthiness, what you feel like possibly. Child eternal. Nice. It says, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. And then appreciation in the reverse. It's so interesting. It's like this worthiness. It's like you're determined, you know, young in mind, spirit, enthusiastic, and then keeping a fresh perspective. And then it's like, with appreciation in the reverse. It's like there is a lack of appreciation for something, but I'm like, what spirit are you trying to say to me? Oh, spirit is saying you're not taking advantage of this child eternal. It's okay. So they're bringing it to me like almost as if you are in a position for a job, and you know, and your job role is to research, you know, to seek out information. And what I feel spirit is saying to you here is you have dismissed your natural ability to do this without consciously seeking. You know? And I think that the appreciation for your innate gifts, which is to feel lively, mind and spirit, and your own natural ability to look at things with fresh eyes, that part of you is what I feel that might have been you're hiding from, or maybe not appreciating the particular type of, I don't know, strength or skill that you may have. The devil in reverse. I think you might be learning to appreciate this more in yourself, but it's definitely not like a current thing, you know, that's fully embodied, that's for sure, when it comes to your worthiness, but you're definitely getting there. Mirrors, that's fitting. You know, reflecting on past selves, how you've been moving, past situations, past versions of yourself and of people. Excuse me. And then let's look at your overall health, your general health. We have the Judge. It says, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. So I feel like you're a good judge of what you need, what you don't need, when it's time to, you know, indulge, and when you can fast, so to speak. I don't know why that was the analogy, but there's something about a really great balance of play and good stuff, you know, like meaning like healthy and maybe not so healthy, like indulgences, in other words. And then door to romance in the reverse. Well, I'm not surprised to see this here, considering we have like monk and nun, you know, this sort of like rejecting of this masculine energy I was feeling prior, you seeking something specific. And there's, when it comes to this overall health, it feels like there is a lack of romance possibly in your life, but I'm more feeling like a lack of support, a lack of companionship is the right word. It doesn't have to be romantic. I mean just literally companionship. Interesting. They're also telling me too here that some of you guys could like, again, I'm no doctor here, but literally healing your heart. I don't know if that's surgery or know somebody like that. You know, there's something about, I'm hearing like rebalancing how the heart pumps blood. I don't know what that means. Like maybe it was just irregular heartbeats, that kind of thing. Heart monitors. I don't know why this is coming up, but there's something about that when it comes to general health. Obviously, this is not for everybody. But it feels like that's getting better. The balance is coming back, you know? Like that's what I was talking about, that even... And then the Ace of Cups. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, emotionally being filled up again in some way. And I think that's more so possibly because of you, and you either confronting something here and or just from your past efforts, my loves. And it's just getting better now, period. You know? Amazing. And then we have geometry. Perfect. I like that. I heard all in due time and things are working out fine. Everything's in a line. Wow, holy rhymes. Oh my God. Okay, let's stop. All right, my goodness. All right, so let's get into your ego energy. Yeah, your expression of your ego right now during this soul growth. The Lover, look at that. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And the World. I really like this. There's a completion energy here. This could also be same-sex relationships here in this particular pile. However, I'm really feeling that your ego is in a good place in the sense of expansion and love, which makes absolute sense when considering your selfless devotion and dedication to spirit. It's like passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation. You know, it can literally be for spirit. It can be for a new energy. I feel more strongly in this group that there's more same-sex couples or same-sex preferences in this pile. But your ego is like, I feel like it's softening and growing. That's the best way I can describe the feeling I'm getting. Softening and growing. It's a good thing to have. And then the strength in reverse. Let's talk about softening, right? Yeah. And that sun energy, softening and growing. I love that. That's great. Ooh. Too many. There's 3 of them. Sorry. I thought there was less. Shadows. Nice. Okay. I'm hearing like addressing the shadows, therefore the ego can soften. You know, it's not so, it's not buried or what's the word I'm looking for? Encrusted is the word I'm looking for. Encrusted with the shadow. You know, you're breaking out that hard, brittle exterior. Nice. Okay, let's see your provider energy, pile 3. The victim, interesting. Prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. That's great. Yep, I feel that especially in this abandonment column here. It's like this, you do prevent yourself from letting yourself be victimized. You will find another way out. Hence, whether that be going, you know what I mean, being a nun or a monk, whether that be withdrawing from, you know, a particular type of energy, whether that be, it doesn't matter. Like you find a way to, again, partially part of what I was referencing when I said trying to run away, right? But there is something about this that sort of lends to that on a more healthy side of the spectrum of the running away energy. It's like you don't let yourself be victimized or you victimize others. It's just a big no-no. In that provider, and you provide that safe space, you provide that knowledge and provide that knowing. Cornucopia in the reverse. Maybe that's what you want to be doing, but it feels like you do prevent them, but it's not like, oh, they're saying, oh, okay. The way that you give your provider energy here is to very vulnerable or victimized or people who might feel victimized or literally have been victimized. It's almost a sense that you sort of reignite a way for them to fill themselves back up. That's sort of the provider energy that I'm getting. Second thing is, especially with people who are depleted in some way, you might have some sort of an attachment to or a bond to that's sort of invisible, that technically you're supposed to like help each other out, but those kind of dynamics are very short-termed. So if there's anything like that, you're providing energy in a very short, direct way, and vice versa, and or you're strictly coming in there to help and flip the energy. Interesting. Three of Cups. Yeah, I'm telling you. People, energy, flip it 100%. Yeah, absolutely feel that. Saturn. Structure, discipline. Yeah, my friend. It's exactly what you do and what you provide for them. Like I said, it's great. Okay, let's see your feminine expression. You have gossip. Interesting. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. And then caring connections in the reverse. The feminine energy. My love, I want to say 2 things. One, you've always been considerate. That is what I can tell and know for sure. You've always been very trusting. I feel like there has been a situation that has now hindered your original ability to trust and welcome. And that has been because of gossip, because of others, not your doing, literally somebody else is doing. I want to read the shadow. Thrives on the power of passing or private information. These are the energies I feel around that may have been around you, not yours. And I think that is what may have contributed to not having, like I was talking about, great companions anymore, or choosing to step away from it in some way. Yeah, I'm telling you, this 2 of Cups, this feminine expression. You're like, no more of this emotional it's not, I can't say it's necessarily abuse, but it's just like, it's poisoning. You know, poison to my ears, poison to my energy, poison to this. It's just poisoned everything. Yeah, tunnels. I heard we got lost in a fun house. Ooh. So again, we're gonna look at some more energy here, some more energy here, and some more energy here for sure. I think there's something about like it was for years, it was a long time, it was like a pattern. There's something about this feminine expression for you during this soul growth that you are like, I don't want any part of this part of the feminine expression, you know? Closing doors is what I just heard. Okay, let's see what your masculine expression says. The rebel, fair enough. Like I was just saying, right? Challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. And I think this is his gossip energy, quite literally. Adjacent possibilities, yeah, I don't have to put up with this anymore. I definitely know my worth in this respect for sure. And we have the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, not in my head about it, not confused about it, not overthinking it either. I will walk right out of that nonsense. One hop, skip, and a jump. And then ghost. How perfect the masculine energy, right? Ghost, like I'm gonna ghost all you bitches. Apologies for the language. But that's exactly what this masculine energy feels like. You know, you're just rejecting all of this, whatever this toxic femininity it feels like. It very well could be. Or it could be just toxic relationships. It doesn't have to be masculine or feminine, period. But this was the female archetype energy, regardless. Oh, maybe it's just been both. That's the reason why I like this monk nunt energy. It didn't matter what, you know, sex is being played out here. It's just like whatever it is that you were involved with, like all of it was no bueno when it comes to characters. Oh my god, that's so funny. All right, my love, let's see your inner child. You have the Destroyer. Boom, I like it. I like it. Especially as your inner child. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. You've been talking about this whole reading, just releasing, rebuilding, hibernating, growing, etc. And then the temple path. Yeah, my friend, that inner child knows that Destroyer to find your temple path. And you're doing that. Temperance, lovely. Again, finding that balance, finding that flow, that Destroyer energy to step you into that direction of life, of search, fissures. Again, that Destroyer energy, it's like what needs to be broken down, where are the cracks in the foundation, what needs to be repaired. The inner child is on it, the Destroyer ready to do it, to bring back balance into it for you to be back on your path. Let's get your the changes, let's get your changes. Let's see how these changes are applying in this soul growth right now. We have the Liberator. I love that. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns, exactly what's happening right now. It's beautiful. So I like that change. And then Woman holding a coin in the reverse. Again, liberating yourself from some things that you might have been attached to, and some of it might have been people, material things, money, status, doesn't really matter. But regardless, again, that envy is lost, like this monk, pure energy, where you've sort of revamped or rejigged your focus quite literally, that is not on superficial things anymore. However, they still want you to have a better or more stronger sense of ego, but I completely understand why you might be dismantling the ego to rebuild it. Okay. And then the Hierophant, yeah, to rebuild it, that discipline, that structure, that honor, liberating yourself to follow your own path, to follow your own promptings and teachings, to believe what you receive. Amazing. Let's see what your awareness level is right now. Batteries are dying. So let's find out. I don't know where we got cut off, but we're going to find out right now what your awareness level is. And you have the Rescuer. I like that. It says, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Very, very similar energy to your beginning. And then financial constraints when it comes to your awareness level. Again, like I said, you rescue people who are in dire straits, like this victim energy, this financial restraints, it's like helping people out. Like you really are this liberator. I cannot put it in any other way. It's like, it's very satisfying. It's very fulfilling. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles. Like I said, your awareness of it, it's very clear about where to put your energies, where to put your focus, where to put your resources, you know? And then you have miracles when it comes to your changes, again. And when it comes to your awareness, you have Mars. So very aware of it. Action, taking action in this area for sure. Like very much a giver, Mother Teresa vibe, mercenary, kind of energy. All right, my lovely, let's figure out your future tips, guidance, help, etc. You have the Thief. Interesting. Sheds light on the potential wealth within that you can never be stolen. I love that. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Hence this energy, this victim energy that you help, this seeking thing that you're looking for, the supportive energy that I'm feeling from you. And then contract, yeah, I'm telling you, it's something that you've been called to do, spiritually speaking. It is a calling of yours. And I think Spirit is saying like, yep, you're not wrong. So continue on this path, you know, of course, addressing what you need to address. And then we have the King of Pentacles, or the Father of Pentacles, right? Which is lovely, you know, like always sound, grounded, financially stable. But I mean, it's more just like mentally stable. It's like environmentally stable as opposed to like fiscally, you know? Okay, so we're going to look here at your loss and poverty mindset. We're going to look at your worthiness, and then we're going to take a deeper look at gossip. And that's it. Is that right? No? Okay. That's for you. That's for you. Ooh, that's aggressive. And that's for you. Okay, my loves. Closing messages on your loss and or poverty mindset. It says, when we hurt, we felt that love was somehow diminished or damaged. But hurt has nothing to do with love. And love is unaffiliated with and unaffected by pain. Ego was hurt, not love. Love is divine. It is everywhere, ever present and abundant and free. Fitting. And then the worthiness. It says, we gain power from again and again allowing ourselves to choose the kind of recklessness that allows us to be vulnerable, genuine and brave in pursuit of our dreams, my love. Genuine and brave in pursuit of your dreams. And when it comes to this feminine expression, it says, a life of greater joy, power, and satisfaction awaits those who consciously designed their life. And that's what you've done. You have negated the people that have been feeding you, or lack thereof, I should say, lack of feeding you, and you have now stepped into trusting, I feel, a little bit more deeply into the journey and path that you've already been on, that you've already been pilgrimaging on. Wow, my Pal 3s, I hope this was helpful. I hope that this soul growth checkup aligned with you and it resonated. Please let me know if it did. Like, subscribe, share. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, ciao.